So, to be totally honest, I am frustrated. I don't know if I'd go as far to say annoyed, but I'm frustrated. Sometimes the creation of videos in this series, Becoming a Millionaire Metal Detecting, helps me have perspective, and I'm hoping that that's the case today. What am I frustrated about? Well, I've put out something like 520 videos, and I've spent a good amount of time over the past few months getting the tags right, getting the metadata as YouTube coaches you to do, and it's not really reaching the audience. And I don't know if that is because there is so much supply in the niche that I'm uploading to, or if it's just not the tags that people are looking for. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Look at this video, mid-tone Manhattan, the Minelab, Equinox, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, let's click on it. Let's go with analytics. And first, let me show you, okay, views last 48 hours, there's 3, which is actually an uptick. But last 28 days, this video has gotten 19 views. It's made me 7 cents. And let's take a look. That's okay, it's something. But take a look at this. Please note that I put chapters in, so the viewer can essentially go to zoom around to different parts. Subtitles. I took the time to copy every word in this video, translate it into multiple languages, and it still, over the last 28 days, earned me a grand total of 19 views and 7 cents. Let's take a look at that again, just because I can't believe my eyes. There you go. And one more point. None of these views came from search. None of these views came from YouTube recommendations. This was all from people, playlist view, channel pages. So somebody came to my channel, perhaps from another video, and then decided to check this out, browse features. So every time I upload a video, I am thinking of sustainability, because my goal with this is to do this the rest of my life. This is what I want to do. And it's really hitting me that this is probably maxed out right now. I mean, unless if I get a boatload of subscribers, and we'll get to that in a minute. I don't know how sustainable that is. Okay, on the left, you have 2021. It's the color blue. May of 2021, that is. On the right, you have May of 2020. Look at the comparison. In May of 2020, that was my big month, biggest month, 1,286 new subscribers. May of 2021, 356 new subscribers. Now let's compare views. 124,993 in this period in 2021, 157,482 last year. And this was as close to a viral video as I have. This was the video that pushed me. But I get no love from YouTube, from the YouTube algorithm. And being that I put so much energy and effort into it, it's very frustrating. So this is the first month in the history of this series where my views have been higher a year ago compared to today. But here's the interesting thing. For earnings, we actually doubled the earnings from last year, even though there were more views last year. And partially that is because you get advertisers who get to know your content and they bid up the price. And I was also very new to being monetized, and I had less videos being monetized. So this is something that I actually was surprised about right now. 956 versus 419. So that's actually a pleasant surprise that I was not expecting.
Well, that shut me up.
Well, that's why you take data, because you can really be surprised sometimes. So that is nine. Oh man, you forgot it, Merrill. Hold on. 956.51. There we go. May is starting to get in the books. This month, I'm going to skip the clad count for the simple reason that I'm overdue for a trip to the bank because I all of the rejects for Coinstar I put in rolls and I bring to the bank and they do what they want with them. I tell them that it's coins that were from the ground and usually there's no issues whatsoever. I always give them that warning though, and they put it right into my account. So next month we're going to have the numbers for that. But for this month, we're going to put a 0 in, and I don't even know why we have scrapping in there anymore. Boom. But let's look at merch and affiliate revenue to see if we got above 1,000 for the month. For my affiliate work, Calico, I got $150.95. Again, if you buy something there, I would greatly appreciate it if you put in my code NYC. And for Amazon, I got 1085. Okay, so that brings the total to 161.80 for affiliate revenue, and that brings us over 1,000 for the month, compared to a year ago, 1118 versus 628. And 2 years ago, it was nothing. Yeah, that was when my detector broke and I bought the Equinox. No, first I bought the Amphibio and then the Equinox. And finally, the merch store. We got a grand total of $35. So let's put that into the spreadsheet and we have a finalized month, $35, 1153, and that beats last year. So I don't know what I'm upset about. I tried to look a little bit deeper into why views were dropping off, but I would say that this is inconclusive. So I did a Google Trends search for the terms metal detecting, and as you can see here in 2020, it was peaking. So we got June here. This was the peak of last year, and it went even higher in the fall. And you could, if you want to tie it into COVID-19 and the life that we lived last year versus the life that we're living right now. I think people are more thinking about traveling than metal detecting because it's at a low right now. But then again, this also is 2020 here, so it's not dramatic by any means. Quite honestly, the other thing that has me down is expenses. You might remember that after 20 years of saving, we were able to purchase a second house that we are trying to really establish on Verbo and Airbnb. So this is our place in Cape Coral, Florida, and it's been rented out a bunch of times, and it has been, I'd say, break even as an investment, because these you really have to keep up everything. People are expecting it to be completely top notch, and we had to replace the air conditioning system. And recently, we had somebody damage the place. This is part of an email that was sent to us. Prior to their departure, these guests broke the PVC pipe that led to the water feature in the spa. We have an estimate to repair the pipe and will attempt to collect the cost of the repair from these guests. Of course, that could lead to a bad review, which is lethal since there's so much competition out there. There's additional tears in the screens and the spine has come loose in some areas. We will have our screen tech give us a quote to repair and replace the screens. Some of the holes might have been caused by palm trees in the back poking through the screen. We'll have those trimmed back. We believe that what happened is the guest had children in the spa who were probably pulling on the spa riser and broke it off. Rather than take responsibility for the damage, they chose to toss out accusations, get their money back, and relocate to another area. Now, what does this have to do with metal detecting? Um, the numbers are tainted. I had to use some of the savings to pay these expenses, uh, in order to repair. So not all, but some of the money has been, removed. Prior to this month, it was all, revenue or coins, but sure, I can put the IOU amount back, but sadly, I had to remove a few thousand from the account in order to pay these expenses. I was also planning on coming to Florida this year, but uh, we got to pay for this first. So hopefully by the end of this year, but we were very much looking forward to coming down to Florida this summer, but we have to pay for this first. So the numbers that we see right now, we had to take some out. It would be probably closer to 20,000. You might remember at the beginning of this year, the goal was to get to 40,000 by December. You never know with the stock market, but that's not looking too good right now. But again, I have to remind myself it's a marathon and not a sprint. And we actually did have a miracle happen. So we're already ahead in the game. I just have to have the right mindset and the right perspective. This month was the closest that I came to quitting my channel. I don't think that would have lasted though, because I enjoy this a lot. I really do. I wish that I could get a little more help search wise from YouTube, and uh, I'm hoping to grow. I'm hoping that this grows. But again, these are external pressures. Metal detecting is the medicine in my life. And if I use that to cause stress in my life, it's counterproductive because this is something that I do anyway. And if you can monetize that, if you can profit off of that, that is just a bonus. Instead of going and, I was even looking into, I'm like, okay, how much could I get as a Uber driver? And, there was something online that I saw $31 an hour. But how many hours would I have to work in order to get the same amount that I'm pulling from YouTube? And the answer is probably just as much as I'm metal detecting. So, I'm not making a lot off of this venture. Definitely not. But it's a hell of a lot more fun than Uber being caught in traffic, which I spend half my life in anyway. So we're going to keep plugging. This is the true and honest look at what I'm striving to do in my life. And we're going to, if there's anything that you could take from this today, it's the importance of taking data because I was freaking out up until making this. I even procrastinated. What's today, the 9th? Usually I have this video out by like the 1st, but I was freaking out because my views are down from a year ago. And you know what though? Earnings are up. That's moving in the right direction. And the data showed me that. So if anybody is striving to do the same thing, make sure that you take data and understand your data. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you hit that subscribe button, the like button. This is not an easy series to do. Um, I try to keep it 100% honest. And, I thank you for your support.